Just sharing my screen now. I'm going into present mode. Okay, great. So right before I start, in homage to that last talk, I'm wearing my HODL t-shirts. If you know what that means, that's why. If not, then it's an investigation for the future. So I'm here to talk in my second kind of blockchain talk on what the heck is an NFT or a NIFT, as I may refer to it. So we're going to try and explore that and see if we can come to the answer. So if you've ever heard of NFTs before, you may have heard of Beeple. This is probably the most famous NFT that is sold, and it sold for $70 million through Christie's about a year ago. And it's essentially a picture that combines all of his art, the first 5,000 days, and he drew a piece of art every day digitally, and then it's that compilation being sold. And so that kind of sell into the community really kind of kicked off NFTs into the wider perception of the world. So if you've heard of NFTs, and probably, and even if you haven't, you probably asked this question. So I'm going to let SNL pose the question for us. So what the heck is an NFT? As if that answered it. So I will try, and let's simplify things drastically. So if you think about Bitcoin, our cryptocurrency, try to think of it as digital gold, right? So digital gold exists. And then alongside it, you have NFTs. And NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and they are like digital art. So you have digital gold to pay for the digital art, and then you have digital art. The difference is that this, like, dollars, there's many of the same kind of them, and this one, there's only one of one kind of them. So it's provenance, essentially. Art is unique. And that's all stored on blockchain technology. And so blockchain technology is kind of like a big ledger, kind of like serving the same function as a bank does. So digital gold, buying digital art on a decentralized ledger. And the key thing about it being decentralized is the fact that anyone can participate. You don't have to have a bank account. You don't have to be old enough to participate. You can just join in the movement. So that's my explanation, but let's kind of hear from SNL, who probably did a better one. Excellent. So now we kind of know what an NFT is. Let's explore what is happening with them. So these are weird whales. There are 3,400 weird whales because Benjamin, the creator of the weird whales, got tired after creating 3,400 and had to go to bed. And that's because Benjamin is 12 and he learned to mint art on the blockchain. And since he'd started doing that, he's actually earned $800,000 minting his weird whales. So good job, Benjamin. A more realistic perspective, obviously, is the everyday sales of art. And so this is actually a 16-year-old who's created art using 5 years of practice using Photoshop and 3D design and started to sell his art online. As you can see, it's selling for $1,600 down there. And you can kind of see the art in its full form here. And you can imagine this being displayed on a digital frame somewhere. And this is his chance to actually get his art out there and actually start participating in selling his ideas and getting kind of credit for the work that he's done. So what's this kid's goal? I mean, what's the point of this? Well, interesting, as we saw, Christie's and Sotheby's are already selling NFTs as well. And so this is actually a portal for anybody who has creative ideas and things that they want to get out there. Could be art, could also be songs, to actually have a platform to sell and participate. And so this is this kid's goal. They actually he has a path forward into his creative outlet, which is fantastic. And the reason this is happening is because this is how it used to happen, right? This is the US Patent Office. And since we're essentially talking about patents, the question is, why did this not take off before? Well, as you can see, the patent office is really kind of scary looking, not approachable. You probably have to be in America and probably over 18. So this is not a very appealing place to, be a creator. This, however, is the new marketplace for that. This is OpenSea. This is where NFTs are bought and sold. You can see music, trading cards, collectibles, even domain names you can register. Because it's the idea of owning the thing that you are presenting and selling it on and selling on your creativity. So the thing is, when I heard about this, I thought, wow, okay, that's pretty crazy. JPEGs for real money. What's the deal with that? And then when I heard that the NIFT from Beeple was sold for 69 million, I thought, wow, that guy, whoever bought that must be some rich kid who just wants to show off. So I was dead wrong. Actually, this is the purchaser of that NIFT. It's Meta Kovan. He lives in Singapore now, but he grew up as someone who was poor in South India and is a self-made person. And his rationale for why he bought that NFT is just beautiful. So instead of me explaining it, I'm going to let him take it out.
For For this guy, buying a $70 million piece of crypto art was not just an investment, it was an act of support. He wants to support creators, artists, singers, musicians, people from all around the world, from any race, any gender, any color.
People around the world have prejudices, and that gets me really angry, because you have to look at what people do and not how people look like or where they are from and make your conclusions. Time and again, whenever I've been rejected from something, like an investor, someone, he'd always tell me, I don't have pedigree. And I hate that, because you never gave me a chance, right? And if you look at what I do, maybe you'll reconsider your decision. And I think it's the same for everyone in this world.
If it wasn't obvious by now, this is not about money. This is about decentralization. Decentralization is the idea that value will not come only from the West, it'll come from the rest. The next Gucci will not come from Italy, it'll come from Jordan. The next bank will not come from New York, it'll come from Vietnam. And the next billionaire will not come from San Francisco, they will come from South India.
Thank you.